think I can hit him with the grenade from here.
Nice work. Well, with these two guys.
How's it hanging, mobile gamers? Welcome back to Trogthorpe Mobile Gaming. Today we're going to treat you to some awesome kills. Some of these are really just great kills. Some of them have a good lesson for how to avoid being the victim of such kills or how to impose it upon your victims. So we'll take a look at this one here. I think the takeaway from this one is patience here. You can watch my buddy Cali Green Tea here. He's got a great position on these guys, and they're dumb enough to just let him keep his position. They keep staying right where they are instead of moving to into a safer spot and getting an advantage. So just watch here as he goes ahead and just keeps working these guys. Every time they pop their heads off, he takes their heads off. So you could barely even see that one there. He's barely had his head peeking out. Now, these guys could easily have turned this around by relocating, but he was able to take them out there. This one here, look at the advantage that position gets. Again here, I've got these guys, they have no idea where I am. I'm not sure what happened to the audio on this one. A few of these, every now and then my microphone just kind of cuts things out, but you can see having position there, they had no clue where I was. I was able to eliminate them both without much trouble at all. This one here, over on Sandhawk, we're down to near the final circle here. There's only a few people left, and so I've got a great position here. You can see the circle. I'm right on the edge of the circle, and it's closing in toward me, and I can tell where everybody's shooting from. Unfortunately, they all have a lot of great tree coverage, so I'm not able to actually spot them and eliminate them, but they're taking each other out. They're doing all the work for me, and I've got a great positional advantage, so I'm just going to keep on to it here. I can hear these guys coming up at me now. I could jump out of here and flank them, but I can hear them coming. They're going to start pushing these buildings, so I just take them both out. They were dumb enough to push together at the same door instead of taking different avenues, so they should have flanked around me. This one here is just some great long bomber shots with the Mini. Somehow, amazingly, I guess both of these guys were already hurt, as with the Mini I shouldn't be able to one-shot kill, but I did it right there. And then you watch here, this one's even better here. Run over and zoom in here. There he is, running out in the field, running toward that drop. I don't know why these guys are running toward the drop at the final circle, but there you go. All right, so this one here, I loved this ending. This was great. So I'm playing with my buddy Cue Ball here. Down to the final circle. He got eliminated on the other side of this warehouse I was at, so I know there's somebody over there. And I've seen that the pink house has a couple of people in it. So there's 3 people left. That's all 3 of them. So I know this house is most likely totally clear, unless somebody snuck in without me seeing them. But I'm going to go ahead and check it out to make sure that I'm clear. Sure enough, checking all these rooms, I'm cleared here. There's nobody around. So I'm going to come in here and see if I can get a positional advantage on this pink house. Now, I don't really like the position that I've got right here because I wanted to be able to throw a grenade or a molly in through the window, and with that overhang, that's just not possible. So I'm going to sneak into this next room. Unfortunately, I still have the same overhang, but I did find an M24 in here that was untouched, so I was able to trade out my DP28 for something with some power, which will come in handy here in just a second, because you can see as I peek around the window here, I got to change out my gear. Again, for some reason on this one, the audio just did not take, but I'm checking out this house next door. I know they're over there, and I think I see something in the window there, so I'm going to peek around the corner, peek in the window. Sure enough, there he is. Now, this guy's dumb enough that after I clipped him once, he pops back up in the same spot and lets me knock him. So I think, all right, right now I've got this guy closing in from the left side, which I can't really tell exactly where he is. And I've got 2 guys in there. His buddy's probably trying to pick him up right now. So I'm going to jump through the window and lay down. And I'm going to toss a grenade in there and see if I can't finish them both off. Sure enough, I toss a grenade, but just before mine gets there, the other guy threw a grenade in and finished him off and killed that team for me. So now it's just me and him, and I know that he's within reach of my balcony. Sure enough, he tosses a grenade up there, so I book it. I don't have time to sit around and figure out where he is, so I just get to safety, move around here, And now, just a second here, I wish you could hear because Cue Ball's telling me, he's right there, he's on the ground, you can see him right there. I could not see anything, and I have watched the video since. It took me a couple of times watching in slow motion before I finally saw this dude's helmet pop right here. There he is. So I didn't know where he was at the time. I did, however, see him get up right here and run behind that burnt out Jeep, so I knew where he was then. So I take a grenade. I didn't spend a whole lot of time priming it because I didn't want him to rush me. But he does hear it, and it does what I wanted it to do. It flushes him out. So I flank around here and just take him out.
Here it comes.
This one, people depend too much on their cars. If you got a nice big car like this, don't drive through uneven territory while people are shooting at you. You're just asking to die. Use it as protection. Get out of it. Hide. All right, now this one here, again, this is Callie. I was recording this one because it was the end of the match and I had just died. But Callie is working the final circle here. He's got 3 enemies left, and sure enough, one blows himself up. So there's a lesson right there. Don't over prime your grenades. Be careful when you're priming those things. Don't blow yourself up. As he's running up here, I see the guy peeking in the window, so I'm yelling at him. And again, my audio's broken here. I gotta fix this. But I saw guys popping in 2 of the windows up there, so I was telling him where I was seeing them at. He knows that they're both upstairs. Right here, he could actually hear one of them jump out of the window. So you see that guy as he peeks the top of the stairs. He easily could have rushed that guy and might have gotten the knock, but then he had this guy flanking behind him and he would have put himself vulnerable. So he actually made the right move there, turned around, got the guy on the stairs, and then backed off. He finished him off. He thirsted him before his buddy could pick him up. So now it's just him and the buddy. The guy's chasing him. He's trying to get a heel off, but the guy won't leave him alone. He pushes out here, and so he pushes out, and he actually had the wrong gun there. He was saying later he meant to pull his M249 back out. He pulled the wrong gun, but he still somehow managed to pull it off. So great job there, Kelly. This one here, this one's a powerful lesson. We'll get to the lesson here in just a second, but we're pushing up here. We know that there's some guys up on this overlook over San Martin. We've heard them shooting. We've seen them a couple times. And right here, Callie points out where the guy is in just a second. So I pull out my long bomber, the Car 98.
He's near the
Callie's got him fixed with, I think, a mini. And so we take a couple shots at him here. He ducks down and hides.
No, he didn't see me.
So we think, all right, we've got this idiot. He's standing out there in the open. He's a noob. He doesn't know what he's doing. This should be easy. One of us will stay over there on the right side watching him. The other one will flank around the left side of this rock, and we'll just have at him. And so we're thinking this is just too easy. This is great. We're going to finish this guy off right here. I get him in my sights right here. I see him peek up. Right there. And sure enough, I zoom in, and his buddy's up in the buildings over there, and he takes me out. So that's a lesson right there. Overconfidence makes you sloppy. Don't just assume that you know what's going on. Make sure you're checking out your surroundings. If I had taken a second, instead of just assuming, that I would have found his buddy and we could have had this whole thing turn out differently. Unfortunately, we make the mistake again right here. We both assume that the guy behind us is still hiding, and he pushes up and takes out Callie. So don't assume that you're in the best position. Always watch yourself. I hope you enjoyed this. Slap the like button, and as always, may you see your enemies first, and may your shot be their last. Thanks for watching.